Hi guys, welcome to my channel once more. The relevant issue. Yeah, check me out on Facebook, Anthony Ako, or relevant issue on Instagram, Anthony Ako, or relevant issue on TikTok, the relevant issue, and then my YouTube channel. Please go watch my videos on YouTube channel. Okay, I'm really talking about things that I think frustrating for Ghanaians, and I would like you to share your view, subscribe, comment, send me emails on what matters you think that I should talk about, apart from trending issues. Like what matters, it cuts across relationship, politics, policies, anything, health, education. Yeah, but today we're going to look at common mistakes to avoid when renting in Accra or in Ghana as a whole, and maybe perhaps Africa, because the challenges, with housing or transport or whatever, they are always related across, maybe a little bit different, but always related across all African countries. So yeah, so common mistakes to avoid when renting in Accra or Ghana as a whole, and I have a few points jotted down. The first one is not researching the location. You need to research the location. You need to make sure that it's close to work. You need to make sure it's safe. You need to make sure it's close to your workplace. It's close to your kids' school. That's if you have kids. It's close to facilities. It's close to a market or a shopping mall, a supermarket. Personally, when I want to rent, I make sure that it's close to the roadside, because I know if I'm running late to work, I don't like to walk long distance before going to get a bus. So I always find out from the agents whether it's close to the roadside, whether water is running there, whether there's a gas station around. So you need to search the location. Don't go and rent a place without searching the location. That's just number one. Number two, not inspecting the property. Not inspecting the property, very important, very, very important. You need to inspect the property. You need to make sure that everything is in place. The windows are okay, the tap is okay, whatever that has been fitted into that building. You ought to make sure that they are really working, because sometimes you go rent a room and then they you won't know that there's no light. Even there's no light. There's no light. They haven't connected light, or maybe there's some faulty socket somewhere. They won't tell you. So you need to inspect, find an electrician, inspect the sockets to make sure they're okay, the switches to make sure that they're okay. You need to make sure that basically everything is okay. The condition of the building. When it rains, what will happen to the building? When there is an earthquake, a tremor, right? A tremor, what will happen? What will happen? Because some of the buildings, their foundations are not really deep. They won't tell you, but the foundation is not really deep. So you need to check the condition of the building. You need to make sure that the building is really in place. Including the plumbing, like I mentioned, the tap, everything. You need to make sure that the plumbing is okay, so that it doesn't give you troubles. Number three, not understanding the lease. You need to understand what's written there. So I always advise my friends that when you're going to rent, find somebody who knows how to read and understand you. You need to find somebody who knows how to read and who can read and understand, not just knows how to read. The person has to read and understand, so that the person can break down the information for you. The person can break down the information for you, help you understand the lines, the sentences, so that You understand what you're signing, you know? Yeah. Number 4, not negotiating the lease. You ought to negotiate. When you think that the price is too much for you, I mean, it might be a good place. You might like it, but you still have to try and negotiate. You still need to try and negotiate. Number 5, not checking for necessary documents. Title deed. That's why I find out a lot of people complain on social media that I bought the property and not knowing I paid to the wrong person. Especially with land in this country. Land. You know the land issues. Land guards and stuff. You go and pay for a land and then you find out that 3 other people own the same land. You know? So you need to make sure that, you know, everything is in place. That's number 5. Not checking for necessary documents. You need to check for necessary. You need to make sure that the person you're paying that money to is the rightful owner, and the person should be able to prove it to you. The person should be able to prove it to you. Number 6, not securing receipts for your payment. Are you kidding me? That you take money, 10k, 15k, 20k, 50k, depending on the property you are going to buy or the place you're going to rent. You go and give it to somebody, and they tell you, "I'll give you the receipt later," or when you move in, I'll give. And you accept, my brother, my sister. Are you kidding me? Make sure you take your receipt. That's your evidence. Take your receipt. I even record the moment I go with somebody and I ask the person to record. Yeah, to record to record the moment, either voice or video. I prefer video. Take picture of me, take picture of the landlord, I mean, without them knowing. Record everything. Yeah, record everything. I record everything. Record everything. So that if tomorrow I come and somebody come and say it's my place and not then I go and find this person. We'll together will find that person. And personally I won't spend such a person. But that has not happened to me though, because I do what government people call due diligence. That's a government language now. Doing due diligence. So I do that. So I make sure that, you know, I get to find out everything I need to find out before I pay money to anybody. Yeah. So basically, number 7, not documenting the property's condition. Benny, like Nigerians will say, Yoruba, my friend, make sure when you step into a place, from the very first day you move in or the very first week, make sure you take pictures of the window, how you met it. If there was any broken parts, take a picture or take video, and make sure you don't lose them for as long as you stay in that apartment, in that room. Okay, take picture of anything you think, whether the ceiling or whatever. Take picture of anything, so that when you are moving out, they won't come and tell you, my room wasn't like this when you moved in, so you have to pay for this, do this, repaint, do that. Take picture. The plumbing, everything. Take picture of how it was before you moved in. So document. Make sure you have an account of how the room looks like before you rented it. Number 8, which is the last one. Not researching the landlords or the agents. Basically not researching about the landlords or the agents, their credibility. You know, if you're getting the person number from the internet, check for the reviews. What are people talking about? If it's just one person who have spoken, because some of these people, they get their friends to go and talk nice things about them. If it's just about 2 people or 3 people who have spoken good thing, or who have said good thing about the agent or the landlord, don't go and take that property. Make sure there's at least 5 or 6 or 10. We check the reviews. Research about the landlords or the agents. Me, I do that, whether from Facebook or anywhere, TikTok. I make sure I read what people are saying about you. I won't go and take your number and call you just because few friends are hyping you. Yeah, if you want a room, a short plug. Meanwhile, Onim she doesn't know anything. To me, I make sure I research about the landlord or the landlady before. That's why all the places I've lived in Accra, I've not had any issue. And personally, I don't like to live where the landlord is resident in that compound. No, I don't like that. I mean, some people say where their experience is that their landlord or landladies are very good. Kudos to those ones. But personally, I do not like to live where the landlord lives there. The landlord lives there, not in that room at all. I do not. Yeah. Number 9, consult a lawyer if you have to. Consult a lawyer if you have to. But this basically is for people who go out for bigger apartments or properties, and maybe you're a foreigner watching this video and you're going for a big property. You are going for a big property. You are going for a big apartment. Make sure you involve the services of a lawyer, really, because some of those apartments or facilities have a lot of issues behind them. So that you don't go and pay for a property and then you find out that the case is in court and back and forth, and you're losing money and losing time, losing resources, So yeah, basically these are some of the common mistakes. Very simple mistakes that people make when they want to, acquire a property or rent a room. So make sure that you do due diligence. Make sure that you find out some of these things, before you give your hard-earned money, your sweat, to somebody. Thank you.